Another milestone in a great season, approaching 1,200 yards. It's the Seahawks and the Commanders on Sunday night.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin here alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Seahawks in this matchup, but with how good they have been, it's not often that we can say they come into a game truly facing a challenge. But, Charles, that's the case this week.
Absolutely. What a challenge it is, because they're now coming into this one, and they don't exactly have a clear advantage, something that they usually possess in every game they play with the way that they throw the football. I can't wait to see if they change things, if they emphasize different things than we've seen throughout this season, how they go about trying to move the ball downfield.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a short pickup to about the 25. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Haynes over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll try the left side. Callaway. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Haynes. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnston. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Callaway, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there, but I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it, and offense, trying to let him know he believes in him as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Looking to throw. Haynes. He finds his man. Complete. It's Barnett. And they'll work this down inside the 30. To throw on 2nd down. Haynes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Haynes. And that will be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So as they take it over, we step aside. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, Callaway, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw on second down. Haynes, he finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Callaway. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 12 first down Seahawks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st and 10, Haynes completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Operating from the gun, Haynes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Throwing on first down, Russell. And he'll get this one complete to Winslow. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On third down, Russell. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on third down, Haynes. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down to the 36-yard line here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnston, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
On 3rd down, Haynes looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnett. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Looking to throw. Russell. They go screen play with Jennings. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it's a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Washington going to send out their punter. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Washington going to send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so sad.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell. And it's caught.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Russell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Haynes completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Back to throw. Haynes firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Following the fumble recovery, Russell, and he will find Winslow. That's complete.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. And he whips that one incomplete there. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Russell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. Travis Etienne, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat, give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Russell. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Haynes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 1st down, Russell. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, this red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's third down. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Russell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
To throw on second down. Russell.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down now. It's Johnston, and he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. Callaway. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Haynes.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
To throw on 3rd down. Haynes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Haynes. He's got his big tight end, Fant. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Haynes.
Got Edwards now on the slant. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Haynes.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Russell. This one caught by Winslow. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And too much juice.
They've certainly played up to a top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Haynes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down. Russell.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15.
Operating from the gun, Haynes. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, Haynes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haynes. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. But right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing on 1st down, Haynes. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Haynes. incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
64 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And Callaway taking it in left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. That's a 34-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Haynes. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he goes out right around the 39.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks.
On 1st down, Haynes. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Haynes. This is the tight end fan. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On 3rd down, Callaway. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, Haynes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 10.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the 1st quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the 1st quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Commanders, they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives